Good morning, guys, or good afternoon, whichever way you want to view it. It is 12 o'clock, it is a Saturday, and we are here on the second leg of what we're hoping will be a treble on the Fergie way. We, of course, have Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup final. We did have one game left in the league, what we're going to have a look at as well. There's also been the end of year awards, but we're champions. Happy days. Let's run the intro. So as I said, we did have one game left in the league, and it was against Crystal Palace. We did run out 4-0 winners. The great news being that Memphis Depay managed to grab himself a hat-trick, so that one striker that we have left for the balance of the season, managing to find a bit of form, bagged himself a hat-trick, happy days. However, it wasn't all great news. Callum Gribbin and Gomez both picked up injuries. Callum Gribbin, who's going to be out for 2 weeks, which is an incredible shame. You know how I feel about him. He's been a big part of the Fergie way, and if we do get to the Champions League final and win it, personally for me, I'm just going to be gutted that he wasn't there. And the same sort of can be said for Angel Gomez. Now, granted, he's not a player who I've always used exclusively, but the lad has had more than his fair share of game time. He's picked up a broken ankle, going to be out for 2 to 3 months. Another player getting injured. As we get down to these crunch games, I feel we're going to do well against Wednesday today. But the important thing is, of course, that Manchester derby at the Bernabeu in the Champions League final in the next fixture. And we just have players dropping like flies. If we start losing even more players in today's game, we're going to even struggle to put a squad together come Champions League final day. Speaking of squad though, take a look at this. Right now, as of today, the day we play the FA Cup final, which is one whole week before we play City in the Champions League final, Marcus Rashford is 1 to 3 days away from being back with the squad. So we might have been chucked a lifeline. Maybe. We're going to have to see how he does. Hopefully we can give him a little bit of a rest, get him into some light training. I mean, he's already doing light training, but hopefully we can get his sort of overall physical condition all ready, done, dusted, ready for that Champions League final. But I'll be honest, it's probably going to be touch and go. So as the year came to an end, of course, we did have the end of season player awards. Paul Pogba did claim the Players Player of the Year award, which is good to see. As I said, he had a bit of a quiet year. I honestly thought it might have gone to James Rodriguez, but it wasn't the case. Marcus Rashford picked up Young Player of the Year, getting himself 21 goals in 27 appearances in the league, which was also amazing. We picked up Manager of the Year, which, let's be honest, winning the Premier League. We're currently en route to the FA Cup final and the Champions League final, so I pretty much think it was a given, but we're happy with that. But when it came to Team of the Year, only Pogba and Alaba. So again, it goes to show that we've not been that dominant. Of course, Harry Kane up there. Harry Kane absolutely destroyed the Premier League this season. Lindelof, Griezmann, Aguero, because City were playing quite well. Hugo Lloris, obviously a permanent fixture in the goal of Tottenham, which actually leads me to another little bit of news. I'll show you a player, Donnarumma. So as you know, Donnarumma bought him. He did quite well in buying him. It was one of those times of the game where we had so much money, didn't really have anyone to buy him. We thought, you know what? Romero's going. We'll just fill his position with the greatest wonder kid on the game. And we did it. So Donnarumma, he's played some decent games this season. He's had 27 appearances, which is pretty good going. Showing that he's finding his feet. He's getting his way into the starting lineup at the club. But when he played the last game against Crystal Palace, we won 4-0. You know, Palace are not the greatest of team. We played at home, so pretty much expected a win. His agent come to me and demanded a new contract. No. Fucking no chance. 250 grand a week from 115 and you're still only a backup. No chance, mate. So he got shown the door. I'm pretty sure he's not seen his arse about it. No current concerns. It was obviously just his agent trying to wingle out more money out of the club. But basically I told him to get on his bike and that was the end of that. So that leaves us with nothing else to do but head down to Wembley, watch the FA Cup final where we're hoping to lift our second trophy in 2 episodes. And maybe with a bit of luck, it'll be the one in the middle when we hit the third one in tomorrow afternoon's episode. But only time's going to tell. So we're going to head over to game day, see what squad we've selected, and hopefully we're going to do all right today. So here we are then, FA Cup final day down at Wembley. And ordinarily at this point I'd be quite nervous, but let's be honest, Sheffield Wednesday, we are heavy favourites. I'm honestly expecting a win here today, so time will tell. But we'll start with the Sheffield Wednesday team. You've got Wild Smith in net. Della Bella at the left back. Then they have Lees, Long and Hunt. Then Fernandez sat in front of them with Bannon and Lee. Then they have Reach out on the left, Matthias out on the right and Oliveira sat up top. As we move on to the United team, we have had to make some subtle changes based on the fact that we've lost Callum Gribben and Gomez. However, here's how we line up. De Gea in the sticks, Alaba left back. We have a centre-back pairing of Romagnoli and Eric Bailly with Darmian on the right. We then have Pogba playing a deep line playmaker on defend. Herrera will fill in as the box-to-box midfielder. Neves as a roaming playmaker. Then we have Rodriguez playing a trequartista role. And due to the fact that he scored a couple of goals in the last game, did very bloody well, I have got Renato Sanchez as an advanced playmaker on attack. He's not completely suited to the role, but we've seen he can do it. So we're hopefully going to get some decent showings out of him today. And of course, Depay sat up top on his own, the only striker we have left at the moment. You've probably noticed over the last couple of games, but Martial is not even making my bench. So get it up, you Martial. So come on then, Roy, FA Cup final day. What are you telling us today? I knew it won't quite be a lot because it's a lower league team. You never really do tell us too much. So we're going to go with it. I'm pretty confident today that we're going to be able to walk away with a win. I'm passionately going to tell the guys that this one's for the fans. We've got a trophy on the line. Yada, 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 yada. Greens going off everywhere. Let's get into this game. So how are you feeling about the Champions League final, guys? A final against Manchester City of all teams. Now, one team that I'm a little bit surprised, almost gutted that we've not played, and it's mainly because they tried to poach every bloody one of our players, is Real Madrid. James with a free kick there. Is Real Madrid. We've not managed to face them once. I'm a little bit disappointed about that. I had a feeling that we might have got Real Madrid in this final. It wasn't the case. But a derby against City in the Champions League final, that is about as mouth-watering as it comes. So happy days as Renato Sanchez gets caught offside there. Obviously not used to being up that end of the pitch. Positioning will be a bit off, so it's basically to be expected. But hopefully, he's going to come good for us today. It's Oliveira now. He's the only man up there. Romagnoli gets in the way. Alaba on the ball now. David Alaba, he's had to go back towards his own goal. Tries clearing it, but only goes as far as Fernandez. It's Bannon now. Tries playing it forward to Oliveira. Bailly cuts it out, plays it safely back to David De Gea. 5 minutes on the clock. We currently have 70% possession. It's James now. James with a run from all the way from back near the halfway line. Didn't come to anything though. Unfortunately, he couldn't get his foot round the shot. But Darmian on the throw-in here. It's James to Pogba arriving. What a shot from Pogba. Once again, Sanchez gets caught offside. If he carries on, I might have to switch it up a bit. But 10 minutes in, he's been caught offside twice. I will be keeping me out the top right-hand side of the screen in case it happens again. Alaba to Romagnoli. Back with Alaba. Plays it inside to Neves. To James. James gets the ball took off him by Fernandez, but Neves wins it back, gives it back to James Rodriguez, to Memphis, and Memphis had a shot there. It was a decent opportunity, a good chance in the area. Unfortunately, couldn't put it away, but it's looking positive at the moment. And more to the point, it's not really looking all that positive for Sheffield Wednesday, because this nearly was their first chance. It's not the case. They have still 0 shots, 0 on target, and we seem to be destroying them. It's Memphis and Herrera puts his shot wide of the post. Looks like he took it under some pressure from the defence there. But either way, we're getting up in their grill, which is all grand by me. It's James to Neves. Rodriguez again. Rodriguez with a wild shot from distance. Unfortunately not on target. And again, we'll have to start building. Pogba to Sanchez. Sanchez to Herrera. Rodriguez now. Rodriguez getting pushed out wide right. Is he going to try and get a cross in? He does, but Wildsmith comes out, plucks it out the air. Looks like he was looking for Sanchez arriving at the back post. I think if you were going to try and target a man from across, Renato Sanchez probably isn't the one you'd go for. Rodriguez did on that occasion, which is a bit of a shame really, because the keeper was always going to beat him to the ball. It's Herrera to Sanchez. Sanchez with a weak shot from the edge of the area. It goes wide of the post. 20 minutes in, we now have 66% possession. Wednesday are finding their way back into this game. However, they're not damaging our final third just yet. It's Neves to Herrera on the edge. Herrera couldn't get the ball out of his feet, unfortunately. Didn't manage to get the shot off. We have kept possession though. It's Ruben Neves. Plays it inside to Ander Herrera. Plays it all the way back out to the right wing to Darmian. Still Darmian. Plays it out to Ruben Neves. Neves with a pass to Rodriguez. Doesn't quite get there. It does get cleared out, but we are still in possession. It's Alaba. Still David Alaba. beats one, plays it to Sanchez on the edge. Sanchez to Rodriguez. That was a great bit of play. Unfortunately, the shot didn't end up in the back of the net, but we are still in possession. Reach manages to get there ahead of Darmian, but it's back with Romagnoli. Sustained pressure here by Manchester United, just as the highlight ends. Beautiful. It's Rodriguez now. We're on the cusp of half-time. Romagnoli nods it to the back post. Eric Bailly puts it back in. It's Ruben Neves. Scores a couple of goals in his last couple of games, well, the last couple of games we've seen on Livecom. Well done, Neves. He breaks the deadlock finally. Arriving at the ball to a low drive, beats Wildsmith. As you can see, Bailly plays it across. Neves just belts it. No chance Wildsmith was getting to that. I mean, they've done quite well. It's only 1-0. We're on the cusp of half-time. We've destroyed them from the very first minute. 15 shots. They've had 0. We've been playing really, really well. We've just not been able to be clinical enough in their area. But finally, Neves has broke it for us. So, assertively, going to tell them I'm not happy with the performance. Fire him up. Get them back out there. We'll start looking at making changes soon. Not too worried about player fitness. I am bothered about players getting injured if they get a little bit tired. So I will be looking at that as the game goes on because, of course, we have got a week's gap between this and the Champions League final. Bannon plays a long ball in. It's cleared out. Memphis now is the last man up the pitch. He's even going to have to hold up play or go alone. It's run out wide. He's holding it up beautifully as he puts the ball across. It gets cut out by Lees. Pogba runs onto it. We retain possession, but it was well played by Memphis there. Alaba now to Pogba. Pogba to Darmian on the edge of the area. Matteo Darmian, Jesus Christ. Very, very nearly grabbed us another goal. Wednesday still not in the game whatsoever. Rodriguez to the near post. It's cleared out by Long. 55 minutes gone. I really can't see Wednesday doing anything in this game, I'll be brutally honest. However, just to calm the nerves a little bit, another goal would be nice. And Herrera delivers that goal, just as we say it, from the edge of the area. Herrera, a player who's not had that many times to feature this season. I mean, he's had a good few starts and stuff, but with his age, with me having a lot of players in those positions, I tend to choose other players above him. He's coming in the FA Cup final. Shown the boss, you were right to stick by me. Well played, Ander Herrera. 2-0 United, FA Cup final. Looks like the second trophy is on its way to Old Trafford. So just made one change. Paul Pogba has left the field, who's on 67% conditioning. So basically didn't want to risk him. Saving for the Champions League final. Hoping now that in these last 20 minutes we can just see it out, but it's King now. Is that Josh King maybe? It might be, you know. Ex-United player, of course. So yeah. Hoping that Pogba, well, basically just wanted to bring him off. Hoping these guys now can see it out for 20 minutes, end the game, get us fit and ready for the Champions League final. And maybe, as I said, we might even have Rashford back, which would be awesome. James goes charging down the field on his own, gets the ball took off him. It's Reach now to Bannon. Leverkusen. Hooper. Still Hooper. With a decent effort of a ball. Unfortunately, his left winger, who's Reach, wasn't reading from the same page and he was nowhere near getting that. It's Herrera to Neves. Ruben Neves to James. Memphis Depay now. Renato Sanchez to Ruben Neves. Fosu Mensah. Obviously just come on, replacing Paul Pogba. It's Memphis with a low drive towards the near post. Cleared out by Hunt. Another great save by Wildsmith. And he's done a few. He's played all right. I mean, you got to bear in mind the difference in team, the calibre in teams right now. We always sort of hoped and expected that we'd walk into this game and pretty much be able to stomp it. It has been the case, but there was a moment in time where this might have been the only trophy we would have got. You know, because Tottenham were doing well in the league. We obviously had the game against Tottenham where they could have turned us over because they've been playing so well just of late. And of course we had Barcelona in the semis and we didn't have the greatest of first legs. So there was a moment when I thought this might be the only bit of silverware we'd have got this season. However, not the case. Looks like we're going to take the FA Cup back to Old Trafford as well. Happy days. Sanchez runs onto the cleared ball. Now it's Sanchez. He's got Memphis to his left. Memphis has just got to go inside. Oh, he went inside to James. We get a goal anyway. Rodriguez. A fantastic finish from the edge of the area. That's a couple of the goals now. Herrera's goal was from pretty much the same place. When the ball went to Memphis, I genuinely thought he was just going to cut inside and go himself. Beat that last man. But it was a great ball to James. Left peg. Top bag. 3-0. FA Cup. Get in there. And would you believe it, guys, in the 90th minute, Renato Sanchez has picked up a light injury. I've not got many options on the bench, so much so that I'm actually just going to bring young Nishan on just to fill a gap. But I am so pissed off right now. Everything was going so swimmingly bloody well, and he's picked up what looks like a twisted ankle. So it could be anything from a day to fucking 6 months because you know the way FM17 works. So we win the FA Cup. There is the final whistle. And I am genuinely happy. It's been tarnished somewhat by Sanchez's injury. I just want to get through the team talks now, see whether Sanchez is going to make it to the Champions League final, because the amount of midfielders we've lost right near the end of the season, it ain't great. It really ain't. And thank fuck for that. Just been through the news, not injured. Happy days. Now I can feel better about winning the FA Cup. Got to be worth a like, guys. You've got to have enjoyed that. I mean, that's 2 trophies in 2 days. This could be a weekend of trophies here. Hopefully tomorrow in the Champions League we're going to get the same. So just going to have a look. Obviously the FA Cup win pleases the board. Giggs praises Cantona's spirit. Man United delighted with Cantona. All this brilliant stuff going on. Squad are obviously going to be booming. So excited, looking forward to next week's game against Manchester City. Look at the schedule here. As you can see, we've got a week to wait. Manchester City at the Bernabeu. Champions League final. It should be a belter. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, guys, please hit the like button. Show some appreciation for the Fergie way here, because we are on it. Right now, we are absolutely on it. We're looking forward to this derby in the Champions League tomorrow. 12 o'clock on a Sunday. Perfect time to just sit there, chilling out with the Fergie way. So if you're new around here, hit the sub button. You'll get notified about it if you hit the little bell as well. Don't forget that. Other than that, guys, it's been emotional. It's been a ride. We're nearly there. We are so nearly there. So I hope to see you at 12 o'clock tomorrow. I've been Teach FM, and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.